Welcome to this week's episode. Inside this installment, we cover a variety of topics and tactics. In segment 1, St. Croix's Rich Belanger joins me on a windy post-frontal day where we introduce a new rod series as well as a killer cold front tactic for pike. After that, I'm pitching docks with swim jigs and catching bass non-stop. Finally, the feature Muskie segment reveals our new secret castback weapon once again as Chaz Martin triggers yet another follower with his trusty JB Rattler. It's all coming up soon. Stick around for an action-packed episode.
Fishing with Joe Bucher is brought to you by Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard that changed everything. St. Croix, best rods on earth. Yeti, built for the wild. Joe Bucher Outdoors, still #1 in big game fishing products. And by your Wisconsin Chevy dealers.
Hey folks, welcome back to our fishing segment. You know, got Rich Belanger from St. Croix with me here, Rich, and we're having a little fun today. We're trying to make the most of a cold front. At the same time, it played right into our hands trying to introduce and field test these new rods.
Yeah, and typically with cold fronts, most guys will downsize into the baits, get smaller baits, throw them lighter things at these fish. A lot of guys are doing that mid-season now. There's a trend that, you know, you're doing it, I'm doing it. The pendulum has kind of swung from the big bait phenom, and now it seems to be coming back the other way a little bit.
Yep.
So on our typical August trips, we're always trying new stuff.
That's right.
So we're in the developmental process of coming out with some specific rods for these smaller baits that have always been there and have always produced. And that's what we're doing on this trip.
Well, in the past, I've been encouraging you guys. I've been fishing some of the big bass series.
Sure.
And encouraging the folks at St. Croix to, hey, you know, I'm fishing these bigger bass rods, your swim bait rods. So again, man, they make great muskie rods for these large bass lure, small muskie lure category.
Exactly. A bass swim bait rod is essentially a really, really light muskie stick.
Yes. Yes.
So we're just taking some of those as a starting point, and we'll do the tweak process, and we'll test here and we'll test other places until we get it right, and then we'll bring them out.
Changing the handles and putting
Handles,
the right guides on.
guide platform, powers, everything gets tweaked, and that's what we're doing.
And two rods in particular that you and I are pretty much sold on, and that you guys will probably have available by the time folks watch this, is the 710.
It'll be a 710.
And the 811.
8'11".
Yeah.
Now that 8'11", I think we're going to try to specialize in lipless baits, 500 series, that style bait, little bucktails.
Yep.
And
Little
that 710, yeah, probably about the same thing.
710, and that 710 is going to be nice for little twitch baits and twitch baits and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's going to be awesome for that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, folks, you know, for those of you getting into the muskie game that are a little older, or if you have any physical ailments like a bad shoulder or whatever, or if you're in a cold front and you want to just downsize and add another rod, you got to always have a lure to buy, another rod to buy.
How can you go a season without?
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, it's making a difference for Rich and I, but check out St. Croix's new series of downsizer muskie rods. They're great for big pike too. Those of you fishing in big pike trips, I mean, these things are killer. And well, you're going to watch me catch a big pike here, and as well as Rich and I just tearing it up on some fish here, and we're just having some fun. But I'll tell you what, I might even try these for some big bass in certain situations.
Oh, it'll be perfect.
You got it.
Perfect.
So check it out. Well, how many times have you and I gone out on a day after a day like yesterday, on that morning, there's a fish.
And caught fish like that?
Boy, that fish hit hard. Look at the size of that pike. Oh, that's a netter.
Net jobby?
Oh, yeah, Rich, net this fish. Fishing that new downsizer rod, Rich. Oh, look at this pike. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, oh, boy, look at that rod fight those fish. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby, that is a beautiful pike.
It's a horse of a pike,
Oh,
huh?
my gosh, I'll take those all day. Oh, is that a beauty? I'll take those all day long. Oh, my gosh. Rich and I are on the debut film trip of the new Downsizer Rod series.
Yeah.
We're having a fun, we're getting the perfect conditions for it with these cold fronts.
Yeah, because we're downsizing baits, getting into the small stuff, and then we've been working on getting some rods to really specialize for this technique now because it's making its comeback.
Well, you get a lot of old timers like me that, you know, the
And
shoulders
me.
and stuff, don't want to throw that big stuff
And
anymore
me.
if you don't have to. And classic situation here, you can literally junk fish bass, muskies, pike, walleyes all together with these small baits and catch all of them. We got a severe cold front here, folks. I mean, we're you know, it's August.
Yeah, we're dressed for October.
Whew. Look at this. This is the Red October himself here. Look at this. There you go, my friends. Hey, if you have any disability at all, sore shoulders, or if the fishing's tough, and even if you're a musky guy, listen up. If you're just going out to catch fish, downsize St. Croix's got a new rod series. It's awesome. It's awesome. I just caught that fish on that new 8'11".
8'11".
8'11", medium heavy.
Yeah, we haven't really confirmed the power rating on it yet.
But
That's
boy,
what we're
it's
going
a
to do
beauty.
this week.
Hey, man, it worked. We'll be right back. What a pike, huh? Whoa. We'll be right back with more action.
The official music sponsor of all Fishing with Joe Bucher episodes is Yeti.
Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Man. Wow. It is awesome. Nice fish too. Just tearing them up, man. Dirty jigs. Kurt Demrath. Man, this guy makes a great jig. Way to go, Kurt. Okay. Wow. Maybe a whole mess of under that dock. All right. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. That fish was right on that dock. You got it. We just unhook you right over the side of the boat here. I like to feature different things on the show to show you guys all these different techniques all you folks that write me and love all the different things that we try to fish for here. This is one of those techniques. It's like, honestly, folks, it's like it's too good to be true. Can it really be that easy to throw something out that's weedless like this and just cast out and retrieve it and catch fish like that? Yeah, it's that easy. There he is. Yeah. Hook solid too. Gotcha that time. Gotcha that time. Big one too. Big one. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Oh, you stay hooked now. Man. A lot of fun, isn't it, folks? This is awesome stuff, man. Trust me. Another one of those techniques. If you haven't done the swim jig thing, you got to get into it. Now, see, I'm doing a little different technique now than I was on some of these other episodes. I'm doing a crank, drop, crank, drop, crank, drop. And that drop, they're just slamming it. That's a good fish there. Yeah. So there you go, my friends. How about it, huh? Swim jigs, big bass. Cast it out and just crank it in, cast it out, swim, drop, swim, drop, swim, drop. Test them out a little bit. And don't forget my little tip, fish the heavier jig in the wind. Most of the time you can get away with that 1/4 ounce, 3/8. If they make a jig even heavier than that, go for it. A lot of times you can get away with it and you'll catch big bass. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
This featured segment is brought to you by the Muskie Shop.
Hey folks, welcome to our Muskie segment. We've got Chaz Martin with me.
Joe, thanks again, man.
Hey, we have shown this all year, this tag teaming, and it's almost redundant now, where we're raising these fish on one bait, but then we catch them on the other. And what's very unique in this situation was, I mean, you've done it, and I've caught the fish. I've raised the fish, and then you caught the fish.
Yeah.
And it's been back and forth and back and forth. And what's really interesting is that you've really exposed the deadliness of this lure.
Well, yeah,
as a
there's
cast
just,
technique.
we got two topics, and we're saying, so most of the fish we've caught are figure-8 fish this week, almost 90-some% of them. One of us is getting them up to the boat, getting them agitated, and then the second guy is sealing the deal on a different bait more often than not. And then two is this, you and I have been just hammering them on the downsizing thing.
Yes.
I mean, it's been our biggest thing for catching not only numbers of muskies, but big fish. And now look at this, super downsized.
Take a look at this,
I
folks.
mean, this is just incredible. That fish is, I mean, that's a trophy fish.
Absolutely.
And
up to 40s, absolutely.
And look at the weather conditions, east wind.
Yes. I got those east wind blues. I'll tell you what, when you're fishing in the east wind, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this.
And yeah, this fish came in, and some of you probably saw that fish was blind in one eye. Old injuries, you never know how those happen, and from spawning, just from old age, from being caught by an angler. It could be so many different things. But anyways, what happens with those fish sometimes is they have trouble striking figure eights, and both you and I missed that fish on a figure eight.
Oh, man. She had it. That was a little bigger than low 30s.
What was it?
That was upper 30s.
But it missed it. And then it came in on your bait, and you hooked it and missed it. And then when you threw back,
Was another, and then the same thing we've been seeing this week too, these angle changes, constant cast back. You caught that 40+ pounder last night. Angle change.
Angle changing.
know?
So many things, so many lessons, so many factors, and that's part of fishing with Joe Bucher for the last 30 years. And here's my young protege. Who's doing it, man? Dude.
So we are getting
That's
it done.
awesome. On the JB Rattler.
It was bigger. It was at least. She hit it?
Yep. She boiled on it and then she hit it. Small fish though.
Big one?
No, small fish.
Small one? See if I can rattle her in.
Little one.
Like 30?
Yeah, like low 30s at the it wasn't much.
Oh, at least we got a little activity. Oh, she's right here. Come on, baby.
Get her, Chaz, get her.
Oh, man. She had it. That was a little bigger than low 30s.
What was it?
That was upper 30s.
It's 30-ish though, isn't it? Huh?
It was a little bigger.
40-ish?
Yeah, it was high 30s though. Oh, she grabbed it. Man, these.
Both of us missed her. Both of us. She struck us both short.
No, I don't know. I mean, it grabbed it. Oh, got her, man. Got her, Joe. No, she came back on it. Oh, nice. Dude, the rattler strikes again. Yeah, it's bigger than. Oh, yeah, it's bigger than.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Stay
That's
hooked,
a good
girl.
fish, dude.
Can you get her now? Oh, man. Dude. Oh, dude, the JB Rattler scores on another pig. Dude, that's a different fish. No, man, I don't know. That's a nice muskie, man.
I thought I saw like a 30-inch fish, but
Dude, the JB Rattler. Oh, baby. Oh, man. What talk about a bait in nasty conditions.
Oh.
I think that muskie nailed it,
yeah.
and then she came back after it again.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. She struck mine first. This the whole trip.
Dude, this
been
whole
like this.
thing, man.
The whole trip has been like this.
Dude, we are just, that's a nice one.
Get the net here, dude.
All right, I got the net. Oh, man. Oh. Well, when faced with tough conditions, east wind blues, man, fish aren't moving. Downsize, super downsize. In this case, the JB Rattler. Small lipless crankbait. Most people would consider it a bass bait, but look at this. It catches really big muskies.
Fishing with Joe Bucher is brought to you by Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard that changed everything. St. Croix, best rods on earth. Yeti, built for the wild. Joe Bucher Outdoors, still #1 in big game fishing products. And by your Wisconsin Chevy dealers.